All right, folks, if you use a Lowrance HDS 12 touchscreen or just about any Lowrance side imaging or 2D units, you're going to want to stick around for this video. I'm going to go down this nice long straight bank we got here, show you guys everything that I find and describe my settings and what I'm looking at as we do it. Let's get to it. All right, so first things first, let's go into our kind of what our settings are for today. We'll be having, this is our side imaging. Once again, we're using a Lowrance. This is a HDS 12 touchscreen. So my range is on 80. That's what I like. It just kind of makes it easier for me to see things. You can set these to a little bit farther out if you like. I got mine on 800. I'm going to use contrast. It'll be A, which is automatic or auto contrast, but you can fine tune it if you want. Now the water is a little bit muddier than normal. We got a little bit of rain, so it's a little bit muddier, or got a little color to it, so I got it on A3. The color palette we'll be using today is 9. This is just for my side imaging. On 2D I use a different color palette. And in advance we got surface clarity is off, and then I just got my screens, you know, left and right. You can use this button to flip them if for some reason you got your transducer on wrong. Now some more options: you can stop sonar, view left or right if you just want to view left or right, and then you can put range lines in to give you a reference on how far you see something out if you want. I prefer not to, so we'll have those off. That's the settings for that. Now on our 2D, and once again, if you just want to activate a screen, you just touch it. 2D, I've got auto range. Let's move that up because it changes. So I got it in auto. That's good. And I got my frequency on 83. My sensitivity is on auto, and my color line is 76%. And noise rejection is off. Surface clarity is low. Once again, you see the surface or the kind of mess up here, and we got a little bit of debris in the water, so we can turn that up just a little bit. I like to have some in there. It's just personal preference. Normal scroll speed and max ping speed. So we are in a section that has kind of less current than what the main river current has. This section we're at now is, you can see right here, it's kind of a cut off of the main river. So there's a point that we'll be going towards, and the main river current will be out here, and this will be the lesser of current right here. You can see all the waypoints that I have up through there, but the majority of the fish that we will be looking for will be over here. And a lot of times that heavy covered structure will fall whenever the river is got a lot of current in it. That lesser current is where the debris and all the cover will kind of settle. So I'm going to try to keep my my speed of my boat about 3.5 to 4.5 miles per hour. Right around that 4 miles an hour is where I seem to be able to see the stuff the best. All my settings are kind of in tune with everything, and it just seems to work the best for me. Now right here you can see a lot of small fish just scattered in. We got some rock, a nice hard bottom. You can see a lot of yellow. There is some orange in here, so we're in mud too. But we got a lot of small fish mixed in right here. Now this would be on the downriver side. We're going upriver, so you can see as we go upriver a little piece, you'll see a creek start to come into the screen right here. And so we're on the downriver side of that creek. Like I said, we're in about 41 foot of water, 42, and about 7 to 8 tenths of a mile an hour current. This fish we see up here, these Those are long fish. Now we are in an area that has spoonbill, so I would assume that these are spoonbill. Yeah, you can kind of see how we're coming up into they're nice tight school of them up off bottom. Them spoonbill like to suspend up off bottom. So this is all busted up concrete right in here. We got a wood log kind of jammed in right there, and then you can kind of see it kind of smooths out. There's some busted up rock out here to the left as well, and this is where the ledge kind of drops off and kind of goes out into the middle of the river. Now what this is actually an old blowed up dam. You can see my waypoints that go across. So as we come up through here, this would be one of the old walls that they blowed up. That's what all this old rock looks like. Rock. It's busted up concrete on both sides of us here. We're in about 39 to 42 foot of water. Just a lot of cover for these fish to get in, around, and under. And right here we got part of an old wall. You can kind of see it smooth, hard. That hard return is telling us that it's solid. This over here is like a washed off bedrock that we got. That's coming right after we got some blowed up concrete. Then we got that washed off bedrock. Now this right here is really interesting. We got the old actual dam that would cross right here, and this is what's left of it. Now this would be a great area for fish to get in and behind out of cover. Now we're not really seeing nothing there, but you know, this is so big that those fish can get up and under it. And then you can kind of see on the 2D, this is what it looks like. There's a gap in between this here and the bottom. Got a nice little hump right here with a root ball and some trees on it, some brush. Once again, nice little areas for those fish to get in and behind. Got a small fish right here. Now we're into like more of a mud bottom, and you can kind of see the lines. Even though they're zigzagged all the way up through here, these lines are the contour lines that would come up into this shallow. Now they're nice and tight together, and it comes up real sharp right there going up into that shallow backwater creek. And then it smooths out right here, but you can see like where this comes and it's real bright, and then it kind of gets darker right here. This is that trough or the belly of the ledge, and then this would be like the deepest area, and then it would be flattened off out here. Now right here you can see we got a little bit of a brush pile. We got a small fish behind it. And then here on the side imaging you can see the same thing. We got a small fish right there, and then we have that little brush pile. Now that's not a real big fish, but it is a good explanation, a good show of what it looks like on side imaging and 2D. Now the reason we didn't get that solid arch on the 2D was we may have went over it one side or the other. The cone may have not, you know, gotten over top of that fish perfectly. Hopefully you gathered some tips and tricks from this video and you found this interesting. If you did and you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, share the video if you get a chance, and as always, remember, God loves you, I love you, and we'll catch you on the water.